you're down and you feel like you have no one to turn to, you've prayed and you've prayed, but you would love to have a person or persons to shed some light on your situation. You think to yourself, I really wish my church had some type of support group that I can share my feelings to. Good afternoon, my name is Cassandra Brown, and I'm here to discuss with you why Living Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church should have support groups. The information that I will present today will show why we need to have different support groups in this church and the effects that they will have on the church members and people in the community. The first reason why we should have a Christian support groups is because they provide comfort to individuals. These support groups allow people to gain advice on people that are struggling, that need help to understand what they're going through and what they're feeling. People that are hurting from loss of friends and family, people that's having issues with their children or other family members, or people who are just depressed because they feel like they have no one to talk to and they're all alone, can benefit from these type of groups. Individuals that are able to be surrounded by groups of people that may be experiencing what they're feeling or have experienced what they're feeling will allow them to gain some insight. These people who've gone through it can tell them, how they made it through the issue and what was going on and how they felt and how they were able to get past the issues and the feelings that they were experiencing. According to Hurley and McKern, support groups provide social support, empowerment, and problem solving around common issues. Second reason why we should have support groups is because it gives people a chance to express themselves. Being able to express yourself and not be scared of what people may say to you that's in the group or what they may think about you and what you're feeling is very important. It allows people to talk about the entire issue and not hold back different parts of the story. They tell the whole story and why they're feeling like they're feeling, and it just offers it allows people to give them sound Christian advice when they know the whole story and not just some of the stories to help them overcome their issues. Being able to express yourself also allows you not to have health issues because you hold these things up, ball it up inside, it makes your blood pressure go up and all kind of things. So you have to be able to get things out before it hurts you or you explode on somebody that really doesn't need to be exploded on. You may say something else out of the way to them, but you're not really directing it towards them. It's because of other things that have happened before you got to this point. Third reason why we should have Christian support groups is because they allow people to hear biblical texts, biblical reasons and biblical stories that help them to relate to what they're going through and help them to make it through the situation that they're currently in. Being able to relate your issues to something that happened in biblical times and the words that God provided to those people in that time can also give you strength to make it. You get to a hard point or a hard place in your life and something's going on, you'll be able to recite these verses over and over again in your head to make it through, and by the time you realize you're out of that struggle and you're out of that, the issue is over. So it's important to be able to understand biblical texts and be able to relate it to what you're going through. Hurley and McKern also suggested that church-based educational support groups focus on the whole person and in connection with the mind, body, and the spirit. The biblical perspective for understanding life events and our responses and God's provision form the foundation and context for group activities and discussion. So they're even saying, with biblical text, it helps you gain a better understanding of what's going on, how you can handle that issue, instead of thinking, I don't know what to do. It gives you solutions. Another reason why we should have support groups is because they're cost effective. With dealing with the church, you have to be mindful of different programs that you offer, different things that you do, and make sure they're cost effective and within the budget. And we can be cost effective with support groups by either buying the textbook for the members of the groups or either going to the internet and downloading and printing lessons so that the group members won't have to come out of pocket and try to buy things that they, you know, books and things that they need to study the different lessons that come with being in a support group. Also, we can use people and leaders of the church to head those support groups and be over those support groups and give the lessons to those support groups instead of having to hire someone from outside the church to come in and talk. And by having leaders that are in the church that the members trust, it's easier for them to express themselves also. And it's better because they're able to get more biblical text and all the information that they need, and have somebody to talk to that won't be judging them and trying to figure out why they did something or just trying to be nosy. They really care about that person and they really want to help them. Lastly, support groups also can bring in new members. Church is always trying to gain new membership, and that's one way that we can bring in new members, because not only will it be for the church members, but it'll be people that's in the community that hear about the support groups, that come and attend them, that eventually will get comfortable with the church family and want to start coming to regular services and other events that we have. And the more they come, the more they get used to being around us, they eventually may want to join the church. And by them joining, they'll bring their family and other friends and get word out there so that we can increase our family and be able to spread the word to more people than just to us. So I think that these support groups will be very, very helpful to Living Fellowship. The information that I provided, it displays how the church can gain membership, how the church family can have somebody to talk to, how we'll be able to express ourselves so we won't be so upset and uptight, and loads will be lifted off of us so we won't take how we're feeling and put it on somebody else, because it's just us. You know, we need to be able to express ourselves to get that stuff out. So when we come to church, we can be in a better place. Our minds will be free of all of whatever is bothering us. We'll be more into it with it in church and work and everywhere else. We'll be just happier. I hope that this information I've given you shows why it's important for us to have support groups. And I thank you all for taking your time out to listen to me today. And I hope that you all have a blessed and fruitful rest of the evening. Thank you.